Project HiLux, update number 2. This is our 1992 Toyota HiLux, a JDM, import, right-hand drive with a 2.8 liter 4-cylinder diesel engine and a 5-speed manual transmission. The first time around, we talked about Dobinson suspension that was installed over here, including the rear leaf springs, front torsion bars, and front shocks. It doesn't have springs in the front, it's got torsion bars. And we've made little changes since then, but we've made changes nonetheless. Change first, our wheels and tires. I'm going to take full credit for specifying those. These are Toyota factory steel wheels. They are 17-inch by 8. I'm pretty sure they are. Toyota makes 2 different types of steel wheels. This is just one of them. And as you can see, they fit great. Wrapped around those wheels are Mickey Thompson's Baja Bus rugged terrain tires. These are, oh man, I forgot the size already because I'm losing my mind, but they are about 32-inch in diameter. So they're not overly big and they're not overly heavy. Yeah, they're 265, 75 16ths. Did I say I read 17-inch wheels? I meant 16ths. I'm losing my mind. Regardless, this is the setup that we went with. And it's not too big, it's not too heavy, and it fits just right, and it gives it extra ground clearance. The traction is going to be good. Again, this vehicle is going to live in Baja, California the rest of its life. And it's going along well. I haven't done the audio yet because the person who was supposed to do the audio left us, unfortunately. So we got to find a new audio person. But today, my job is to add racks over here. The client wants bed racks that he can have a flat surface up top to mount a tent or something. He's going to be using it for camping out there. And then in the trunk over here, I have to find a way to mount 2 spare tires because we got 2 more in addition to this. And a drawer system. So right now I'm thinking of maybe like a long, because it's a small bed, one drawer that just goes in the middle. ARB and some other companies make those. Or, hear me out, the decked system, which would give me one big drawer as well, but will make a semi-flat surface over here. Now the thing is, decked does not make a kit for this bed because it's a very unusual bed. It's very short, never came to the American market. However, it's about the same as the Ford Maverick bed. So I'm gonna see if I can make that fit. But today, it's all about the racks. This sport bar, it may come and go. It's just bolted in. It doesn't really provide any safety. I think there's no way of really mounting lights to it. I mean, there obviously is, but there's no specified way. Looks like it's missing something here already. So while this is cool, it may need to go. I haven't determined that yet. But it's taking shape. It's also been cleaned up really nicely because it was at a car show and it actually gathered a lot of attention. And I specified the bulbs. The bulbs are ordered and the headlights are ordered, and they're not in yet. We decided to keep this bumper just because the slide bar has been integrated in really, really nicely, and it's wired properly too. So no big off-road bumper, no winch, and the owner was fine with that. So that's pretty much it for the update. I think the wheels and tires look badass, and on to get some try to fit some bedrocks. I don't know what's going to fit because I think this mounting is different than US type beds. It's got kind of a lip over here if you can see it. So I'm going to try to see what fits first, and this usually on American trucks this is a little wider over here, so hence why I'm going to Rack Attack to see what fits. Bye. So to follow up, I went to Rack Attack and these guys were super helpful. And this is the shop north of Boston. And this is a problem because it's relatively thick, but they did found, I think a solution is going to be put a rail over here, drill holes in here and screw the rails in. And then once we get the rails in, we have a choice of about 2 different racks. None of them are ideal. They're probably going to be vertical racks that go like this, so they're not going to have that smooth flow with the cab, but I'm going to keep looking around. And I also found out that in addition to the Ford Maverick, this bed is about the same size as the Rivian pickup truck. So there are some drawer solutions specifically from Decked that we can implement here that I'm going to be looking at in the future. But nobody makes anything because this bed is only about 50 inches long, or less than that actually. So it's shorter than any bed on the market except for these 2 vehicles. So there's nothing commercially off the shelf available. So this requires more research, but it's going to be fun. Other than that, I've been driving this around for 2 days now, and I get so much attention. I went to an Acura dealership to help a friend buy a car, and the techs over there just geeked out at it. I actually let him take it for a spin around the dealership, but everybody had a million questions. So this thing, while still looking like sort of like an American model vehicle from this angle, it gets a ton of attention, and a good kind of attention, from middle-aged men, which is what we all want, right? So that's my update for this. It drives great. I keep finding more little issues with it. So I'm developing a punch list as to what needs to be fixed. We got a bit of a rattle from the back here somewhere. I got a windshield rubber gasket that needs to be fixed. And I need to update all the bulbs on it because I can't see crap driving it. So stay tuned for more updates. Wheels are freaking awesome. The weights are pissing me off, but the solution to the weights is to take a marker. What are these things called? The black marker that everybody uses. The name escapes me right now. And paint those in. I did that on my Bronco too, that has black steel wheels. And maybe I can do something about a center cup over here because that looks ugly. But it drives pretty good. It is tiresome to drive, I gotta be honest with you. The manual transmission, the weak, slow, loud, vibrating diesel engine, it gets to you after a while. Not what I would want to drive every day, but still a ton of fun. See ya. Hold up, clarification. It is fun to drive, especially on back roads. Where I was driving it was in a city and in a densely populated Boston area suburbs in time when the traffic was heavy. That's when it sucked. Otherwise, it's quite joyous when there's not much traffic around, when you're in the country roads, especially secondary roads where you don't really go much faster than 50 or 60 miles an hour. It's fantastic. Otherwise, not a great city car. I know, shocking.